State of the garden, April 25, 2026. Working my butt off today to get this all done. Total remodel of the garden for this year. Complete remodel. This whole front section right here you're looking at is brand spanking new. Just set it up today. Of course, I had the pots and whatever all sitting around, different places, whatever. Yeah, we put the hoop house, so we got 2 hoop houses now. And we got this going, so yes, we have ginger growing here, fig, 2 fig trees growing here, got a bunch of peppers in the ground. Those are my little peach trees. And there's another peach tree. Peppers, peppers, peppers galore. More peppers. Alright, so say hello to my little friend. This is like the #1 plant for its height. But not really. That was not far behind. So we got top of this is A++ going on here. They're all pretty much. We got this going on back here. So we got expanded this out. So now we got a walking path. Comes around. We got this here. Huge compost pile underneath that. But we got 1 pot left to plant. Everything else is planted. The onion garlic bed over here is doing pretty awesome. Garlic on the right, onions on the left, all the way down. That's valerian root, in case you're wondering. And we got all strawberries and onions on this side. That fence line is new. That path back behind where I'm gonna fill that up with first layer is chicken litter, and then forest scrapings, and we'll see what else. It's gonna be amazing. So now we got this all opened up. I just basically put that wood in there just so I could throw a shade cloth and bird netting over the top. Might do something like that this winter, we'll see. And that's a long way away. So that's my kumquat tree. That's my lemon. It's actually got a lemon on it over there, but it needs some help. It needs to come along. Another Mr. Stripey right there. That's a bee balm. And so these are what I got left to plant. These are just A+. Peppers, nothing spectacular. But it's always good to have backup. We got some herbs and basil and different things I want to get planted around the tomatoes. So now the greenhouse cover is off, except for this one piece. I'm gonna keep this piece here. And it protects my electricity and this is a shade garden, right? See, so we got painted ferns, a Chinese fern, an autumn fern, a Japanese maple. That's a Chinese something or other, I forget. That's what meant. And then we got the painted ferns, of course. Those are awesome. And the autumn fern, those are nice. So that's just a little fern garden. Bunch of space. So look at this, is the wintered over pepper. All right, so how's it doing? It's got this fruitage, which is gonna come off. We got all kinds of blooms, so it's going to be so interesting to see how this plant on its second year. So the wintering over experiment project was a success. Wintered these plants over, so we got two really nice plants. I wintered over on this side. That's ashwagandha. It's got a really long root that goes through the bottom. And that's what you want. So that's the second year for that too. So wintered that over. Look at that. How cool is that? And then these wintered over. But we're already got nice blooms. It's actually got a little fruit. These, so we're going to see these, but see I'm planting new within these existing. So we'll have these row of new young plants mixed in with the existing. Well, those are my blueberries, by the way. It needs some help. This one's not doing too good. I'm hoping to pull it out, but we'll see. Yeah, but those are all blueberries. It's real acidic soil, so it works good for them. Just got to get them established. And this pepper plant over here actually is a yellow bell. So I have a yellow bell over here. I got some basil. That's a volunteer basil, volunteer, all volunteer cilantro right there. But this year we're going to see, I got a whole bunch more peppers on this side of the wire. All right, so how cool is that? And that's some nice fertile soil right there. And then I need to put a berm down here and plant a row of who knows what, maybe more peppers. But see the path now, see this was fenced right here. So now it opened it up. We can walk into the, so this is a nice pot of echinacea. This is a stinging needle. This is mullein, the horseradish, and then all that. But then come in here this back way. This is a bush bean down here. These are bush beans. So I'm gonna have a few of those. But yeah, look at this. Some nasturtiums. And drawhand pollinators. There's one of my peach trees. Another peach tree. And that's some more. We got one pepper plant here. And then more echinacea. We got a bush bean. But it's kind of cool having the petunias just first thing in spring because they wintered over and they were growing inside the greenhouse all up into that plastic. So anyway, this is how this is working this year. And then of course this little Japanese maple, and both my Japanese maples that I've got in pots, yes, of course I grew them from seed. I have Japanese maples in the yard. The little seedlings were coming up. What do you think you're doing? Huh? No. No. Go on. I didn't really want you going through there. But whatever. Hey, get out of there. Come on. That's lemon oh man, what is that? Anyway, this is State of the Garden 2026. It's really taking off. So yeah, this is all new hoop house, all this pot arrangement. Had to fill up a bunch of pots, make a bunch of dirt, do a bunch of work, but you know what? It doesn't get done without the work. That's just all there is to it. You know, I'm really liking the catnip. Oh, that over there, by the way, was lemon oregano. But catnip comes back. Chickens hate it. Lemon balm down there too. But see, that's one thing I'm learning is about having free range chickens. I used to have really pretty flower gardens and all kinds of stuff. That was a huge flower garden, and that was a huge flower garden. But I can't have flower gardens anymore because I got chickens. But see, check it out. They do not like catnip. And that's that elephant ear, garlic, and of course the crazy honeysuckle. But see, look at us over here. So I'm gonna let this stuff grow wild, obviously, and we can have garden beds with catnip, and I'm gonna plant some mint and stuff in there. I don't care if it spreads. If chickens stay out of it, then it'll be the perfect garden bed. I don't have time for flowers anymore anyway. That's the old days. Oh, so let's go check everything else out while we're at it. So here's some of the maples. You know, that's an oak tree, nice big oak tree. It's getting big, and I'll probably shade that maple, but you know, they can't help it. Oaks can't help their feelings if they like the way they're made, and they wonder why the maples can't be happy in the shade. Thank you, Mr. Neil Peart, for that wonderful lyric about maples growing under oak trees. And of course, I have maples growing under oak trees, along with pine trees. But I want that tree gone, so I'm putting that out there. The trees, those trees need to go, and that tree needs to go. They need to go down. So, yeah, there's several different maples here too, by the way. So you got this maple here, this lion's mane maple right there, and this red bloodgood right there, and this is the red vine or the coral bark, and then there's another one over here, another maple. Let's go ahead and give you the full tour if we're going to do it, right? So it's starting to get crowded out, but they don't mind. That's a beautiful tree. Grew this one from seed. It actually took a hit. Pine tree fell on it a few years back. I wiped it out, but it came back. So that's nice. But yeah, see, that's just, I need to just put mint in there and stuff like that that the chickens will leave alone. You know, I got a bunch of nice hosta in there, but chickens love it, so I can't grow it. And this is one of my Bartlett pears. It had some little pears on it. I wonder if they made it. I'm not seeing them, but that's okay. I'm sure they didn't make it. They would have never made it on that little tree. It needs to root, do its thing. But anyway, that'll be a Bartlett pear tree. And then maybe this Christmas, they'll have a partridge, you know, sitting right up in here. Well, this grapevine came back big time. I cut it totally back, and it's sending all kinds of shoots out. I got this plum tree, which is doing nice. This peach tree, second year, is really taking off. I'm gonna have to really shape it. I'm gonna try to keep all my trees short and wide because I've got too many trees for this area, but it's gonna be a food forest. So we're gonna make it work. And then we got a couple more pear trees. 1, 2 there. Different kind of pear. This is the Kiefer pear. Supposed to do better in the Arkansas climate than the Bartletts. Bartletts really need cool weather. And then we got another plum tree over here. By the way, this dirt's really good. It's all really good. Really, 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 really top quality soil. It's not dirt. And we got one more Bartlett over there. Kind of put it there. It gets lots of shade. That might help keep it cool. That's actually a donut peach right here, but it didn't have but a couple peaches on it because of the late freeze. But this is a June peach tree, and you know what, that needs to go. So it's a little bit behind the other one, but I need to do some culling in here. See that? That needs to come out of there, right? Peach, it's gotta go. But the peaches have been dropping a lot from the wind and whatever, and that's good because we did the first hand call and now they're self-calling. But there's still a lot of